This is a emergency broadcast. Code red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name's Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. 336 episode. Now, tonight, I've got some funny news that I'm going to be doing.
Uh-oh.
And it deserves surgery.
We're talking about surgery?
Yes.
Okay.
On this one arm, hand, that I'm going to have done when they set up this thing. But
they'll set it up?
They'll set up and call me.
You talking about the doctors?
Yeah.
You went to the doctor today?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so he looked at it and said, yep, this right hand needs to be surgered.
You have a condition. What is the name of this condition that you have that's affected your hand, Uncle? What's going on with this?
I forget the name.
We looked it up. I know that we looked this up because what the symptom is your hand is curled in, like your fingers are curled in toward the palm,
correct,
such that you can't straighten them.
Right.
You can't straighten out. So Uncle's hand is kind of like this. He can't straighten his fingers out like that. They're always like in like that, almost like a claw or something.
Yes.
Do you want to show your hand, Uncle, on the video so we see it? Wait, actually, this camera, yeah. There it is. So if you look, for those watching the video, you can see the palm of Uncle's hand. You can see that strain. It's very tight.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like the ligaments in there or whatever, but they're tight and it's pulling so hard that your fingers are coming in and like wanting to like, you can't stretch them out.
Right. So what they're going to have to do is cut the tendons.
They have to cut the tendons for the surgery?
She was mentioning that.
Okay.
But I'll be out.
Okay.
Knocked out. I feel it, but you won't feel it. The thing is, I found out a thing about this that she mentioned. It hits men about 40 years old. Now, if you're older than 40, you don't feel it.
You don't feel it?
No.
So if you're younger, it affects you.
It will affect you more.
It affects you.
So better check you out.
But you're older, and it seems as though your hand is being affected extremely to the point of surgery. So what are you? So how's that the case? If you're older and you're needing surgery because of this,
the surgery has to be done on this arm and this hand.
Yeah.
First, and she does too, but one at a time. But this one's the worst.
Yeah.
So she's going to do this.
Yeah, your other hand's kind of doing the same thing.
And the other hand is doing the same thing.
I can see it. Yeah, I see that.
But it isn't as bad.
It's not as bad. Okay.
So this is first. So they're setting it up where when it happens. And what I'm going to have to do though is hand the rest down and have some help. Helping me do some of my stores and
you're just talking about you're going to have recovery time.
Recovering time that I can't operate.
Well, yeah, your hand's not going to work
with one hand.
Yeah,
your wife seems to think I can. I cannot. I'm just letting you know I cannot.
So you're not going to be able to do your normal duties around here,
right? That's what I'm trying to say. So you got to help me out.
Okay.
Either help walking and putting some of the dishes away.
Walking the dogs and
you know the system with the dishes.
The stuff that you usually do around the house. You put the dishes away. Yeah. That's one of your tasks. Yeah. You walk the dogs.
I need some help until it heals,
yes,
or that I can take it with two hands and do the stuff.
It's going to take a while for it to come back.
That's just what I'm trying to say.
Okay. And you don't have your surgery scheduled yet.
No, not
yet. We're
yet,
just talking about when you have it and then you recover. That's
exactly. That's what I mentioned and wanted to say.
Okay.
And I got a couple of messages from Cooley.
You did? Oh, you've been talking to Cooley.
Cooley is really interesting.
He is.
You know, he's a Christian. Did you know he was?
He
is. He's a Christian.
Well, that's good. I feel better already.
Because when I was listening to his notes, he says...
Oh, you're talking about the text he sends out every morning?
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, what's so funny about it?
No, I know.
That's the kind of nice people.
Yes, it's awful thoughtful. Cooley sends out a daily group text where he says, I think, good morning, God bless, hope you're having a wonderful day.
Right.
I know myself, I know another friend of mine, and now you, I guess, are on the group chat that he sends us to. Yeah. So it's just, a daily...
Yeah,
it's a nice thing to say.
I thought it's very nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's cool. So that's what Cooley does. We'll have to have Cooley back on the show maybe sometime here. Yeah, he's busy working on his Taurus wagon for the demolition derby, I know. So you can follow him on social media. Uncle is at Uncle Podcast is Us on Instagram, and then I think it's like Robert G. Cooley or something like that. Robert G. Cooley. Is that who it is on Instagram?
CJ.
Okay.
CJ.
So you can find him on there too. So yeah, get on Instagram, press that button. Also YouTube, Twitch. What else are we on? Oh yeah, X, Twitter X, all those channels. We're live streaming right now, Uncle. So if you're catching this on Twitter X, give us a retweet if you're watching this and enjoying this so other people can join in. I do believe we can take calls tonight. If anybody wants to call in, you can certainly use Skype. Yeah. Charles.Ocelli and come on through that, or call 319-527-5016. We bring you on the show. Always. And Uncle, we missed the last 2 weeks. We haven't been here for 2 weeks, but we're back. We are back. We're good.
Well, I'd like to ask a question.
Okay, what's that?
I'd like to have a system.
Okay.
Of continue having a show. I mean, because we seem to be having a boom of a pop. I know you're going to be gone, let's say, for what?
Next week. I won't be here next week.
Next week, I can accept that because you're going to have to take the kids to Pennsylvania.
That's right.
So... No show next week.
No show next week, everybody. Sorry.
Here we go again. But though, after that, I'm going to try to see if we can continue.
Yes. Yes, every Friday. Yeah. The idea is we will be here every Friday. What's my problem recently has been work is heavy, and they're having me come in an extra day a week, which happens to be Friday, and I'm not just there for part of the day. I'm there for the full day. Yeah, so I don't even make it back here in time to do the show.
Yeah, that's the other part.
It's a long day.
But
a long day.
And here we were saying that I'm going to have Friday again. It don't look like it.
Yeah, unfortunately not. So that's what's been happening in the past 2 weeks. Next week I'll be gone again, family business. But we'll be back the following Friday, and every Friday that we can be. Should be every Friday that we'll be here. We will make our best effort to be here, and we enjoy being here. We like doing this show. It's fun.
I know. It's just letting them know.
Yeah, let them know. Been busy. Been very busy. Lots of stuff going on. Exciting. Uncle, I went to the desert last night. I was there.
Now, how's that coming along?
It's good. It was very nice, relaxing trip. I did some work on the house, of course, as was always, but it was very good. Saw lots of interesting desert creatures, as we always do.
Oh, I did. I've noticed something. I looked at my Instagram just recently today.
Yeah.
And I saw this crazy creature on the tree.
Oh, that was the scorpion.
It's a scorpion on my Instagram. And you just see that thing. Wow.
So it's like that time Yeah, it was like that time we went out there.
Yeah,
it was the same tree. It came out from under it because of the same thing. I was watering the tree. When you water this tree, the scorpions live underneath there, so they start getting drowned out. And to dry out, they just walk up onto the surface and they start drying out. So that's what happened.
Look at this thing.
So I saw a cool scorpion. I saw a black widow. I moved some couch cushions around. Also, I saw some big chuckwaller, big fat lizard on the same couch cushions on the side of the house. Some bats and moths at night. And Uncle, I may have gotten photographic evidence of a UAP last night. Oh, well.
Telephone call. Let's get this call.
Let's go to the call.
Who is it? Wait for it, man. You're on here.
Hello, caller.
Good.
Hey, it's the Count. I can't stay on the call too long.
Okay.
But I wanted to know more about this UFO. So you're talking at the right time.
He's talking about it. I'm trying to listen myself.
Did you see the picture, Count?
Yeah, let's hear about it. I did. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that was.
Yeah. It's really weird.
Picture of what?
So
I didn't even see it.
So allow me to explain this.
Yeah.
Last night was a dark sky night. The moon was not in the sky. The stars very visible. As soon as I parked the vehicle and got out, I looked up. I could see the Milky Way and the stars. So that's how it was. One of those nights out there in the desert. So I was like, oh, cool. When it's like that, I always get my camera out and I take long exposure photos of the night sky, and they come out pretty good. I mean, for just being a camera on a phone. So I was taking a few of those. I was pointing the camera up into the sky, getting the Milky Way, holding it still, being sure to hold it still, 10-second exposures. In one of these pictures is not just the stars, which are fixed because I was holding the camera still, but there's this movement of this light as if like somebody was doing a light painting, like when you do a long exposure and you have a flashlight and you wave it all around, it makes like these lines of light. Something was doing that up above the camera. It's hard to tell how high it was, if it was up like in the atmosphere, if it was maybe something lower reflecting a light. There was not much light around.
Are you going to put that on Instagram?
It's on Instagram right now.
I haven't seen it.
So did you see this, Count? Did you take a look at it?
It's up there.
It's up there?
I don't know.
I saw the zigzags. It's very interesting.
Yeah, right? I figure it has to be – it could be something reflecting light, but it almost looks like it's something that has a light source all of its own, that one part of it. But I really don't know. Like I would need somebody – I want like feedback from somebody who might know a little better, but I don't know. I wasn't looking up at the sky when I even took the photo.
I'm not that qualified, but it does look strange.
Yeah. It's like and of course, my wife is telling me it has to be aliens.
Of course, she's into aliens.
Pupper.
Mrs. Sidekick cannot figure out. Yeah. She's into aliens for some reason. I still have a feeling she's still into aliens. Trying to here comes an alien down. What now?
She doesn't know she's into.
You don't want aliens to be out there, Uncle?
No, I know about them.
I want to believe.
Yeah, I want to believe. I'm going to come and visit.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah. I would. It's a cool idea. What I like to do one time is go into the mountain.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to go into the mountain to see what's in there.
You're talking about like underground within the mountain, like drill a hole into it, or up on top of the mountain?
Well, you were saying we want to go inside it.
Into the center of a mountain?
You were saying it.
I said this?
Yeah.
Which mountain?
Moose Mountain.
Goat Mountain?
Goat Mountain, I mean.
Oh, yeah, I want to climb up it, yeah. Oh. Now, there are mine shafts that once you're climbing up it part of the way, there's a mine shaft that goes down in it, so we could do both.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to go inside it.
Might be a little dangerous, but we could. I don't think I want to do that, but we can climb on top of it. Maybe we could get a better look at these unidentified aerial phenomena that are possibly
that's what I want to do
in the sky
back up there. Do that.
Yeah, it was cool though. That was a really weird photo. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if it was just the moth that buzzed me a couple minutes later. A moth was all up in my face. Maybe it was just that reflecting light, or maybe it was some sort of weird thing.
Could have been a moth, because you know how they at night come out.
Yes.
So
and they have a weird erratic flight pattern.
Yeah.
This light was moving all around and like all over the place. Like it could have been something like that. I don't know.
Do you still have like the original photos, like the higher resolution ones, I guess?
Yeah. It's just that one photo that came out like that. It's on my camera, so yeah, I have it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I gotta go, but I did want to call and ask you about that, and I hope you have a great show.
Cool. Thanks, Pumper. Great to talk to you as always. Take care, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take care, guys. I'll be listening. Bye.
Cool. All right. There he goes, Uncle Count Pupper from home state of Pennsylvania, my home state there. So he's over those parts. Pennswoods.
He's in Penwood, dude.
He is, yes.
I think Pupper might be from Jersey, Aaron.
Oh, okay. So perhaps he's in Jersey.
Yeah.
He's in that area. He's in the greater Philadelphia area, let's call it.
Yeah.
In the Philadelphia.
How about that?
Yeah.
Fair enough. But it's just I think he's the guy I see on the Jersey pop up on the stream. I think that's him.
Well, that's just as well. We love Jersey too. Can't get enough of it.
I'm homesick for it, brother. So anyway.
Yeah, I hear you, man. But you haven't gotten to see the UAP photo, my picture, have you, Chuck?
No, I haven't. I was actually sitting there going, Aaron didn't message me the UAP photo? What the hell? What happened here?
Yeah. I don't have it on the computer here. It's on my phone, so I can't. Well, you know what? It's on Twitter, so I could send it to you. Here, I'll pull it up and I'll send it to you, Chuck. So
cool, because I don't have a cell phone anymore. You and I used to have each other's cell numbers, but I don't have a cell phone anymore. I couldn't afford to keep it on, so it's gone.
Got it.
But, so you can't send me even a text through there anymore.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm going to save this image. Wait, maybe add image to photos. I'm going to also, oh gosh, that might have been, I'm going to copy the image.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to send this to you, Chuck. Let's see here. Copy image, and I'm going to drop it into the Skype. You see this? Have you seen this picture, Uncle? This is it. You see that?
Oh, you're putting it on Skype. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on Skype so you can see it there. Hold on. See the streaks of light in the sky there.
That's what we're seeing.
Let me see if I can. Did that work? Oh, yeah, there it goes. Okay, so I posted it into Skype, so you should be able to see it now, Chuck. So check it out, Uncle. You see the stars in the sky, right? Yeah. See all these little dots are stars. Okay. I took the long exposure so that they'd show up. Yeah, see these weird little streaky white lines?
Yes.
That's something moving around, either reflecting or emitting light and moving around as this 10-second exposure was going. So, yeah, within the time frame of 10 seconds, something was moving and either making or reflecting light like this. Also, these orange streaks are a same or similar thing doing a similar thing. And it's not like white like this other light is, but it's like sort of orange and dusty appearing.
This
is
awesome. You know what I'd love to do? You know those T-shirts that we can get, the all-over print on? Mm-hmm. I would love to see this printed on a T-shirt, like an all-over print T-shirt. That would be a unique design.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a design,
right?
Yeah. That's definitely a design they can put on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look in the background, you do see the Milky Way as well. You make out the Milky Way back there. You can see the individual stars. I was holding it steady, so it came out pretty good. And then I don't know what this is. I really can't tell. I don't know. So I guess it fits the description of unidentified aerial phenomena.
So
be something in the air, right?
Well, at least to you.
Is this what we're looking at? Of quadrants things in the sky with your wife scaring stuff?
Yes, exactly.
I mean, she's scared of these things.
Well, I kept her reasonably calm. She didn't freak out too bad, which was good.
Did any noise come along with this, Aaron? I wonder.
Wait, did what come along with it?
Did you hear any sound with this overhead?
Nothing. I didn't hear anything. I didn't even see this happening. I was just completely focused on holding the camera steady so that I got a good picture of the sky. I take a lot of these photos. I'm like, okay, I gotta hold this as steady as I can. And I was kind of like holding it against the bed of the truck, but also holding it at a slight angle with my hands. I was like kind of holding my breath to keep it still. I was kind of concentrating there and not even looking up. So whatever this is, I didn't see it until I saw the photo.
You know what's crazy? If you rotated this left and then took your Age of Transitions logo and kind of overlaid it, that would be a hell of a T-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm serious.
Maybe I'll have to use it for that. Yeah, it's an interesting, whatever it is quite kind of, it's got an entrancing look.
Definitely unique design.
Asking to do T-shirts. Yeah. I think Chuck's asking that.
Yeah.
The one who's asking about this.
Well, I love T-shirts, Uncle. So, all the time, I love T-shirts. I love stuff on a T-shirt, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying that.
They're great.
Let's get started on something.
Let's get started on a new shirt.
That's what you were.
New shirt time.
And that's like an automatic, unique, organic design right there,
And while you're at it, you one of your shirts made for me.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
I know. I gotta make it.
So make that, and you can make this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you know what? I've posted this to all sorts of different social media. I posted it to the Instagram. I posted it to Twitter. I also posted it to that Threads account. We have a Threads account kind of via the, it's like the Twitter version of Instagram. I posted it all over to all this stuff. I've gotten very little response on it.
Oh, hey, there's another caller on the line. I just noticed, by the way. I'm looking at this picture. I got lost for a minute. But we do have another caller.
Put him on.
We better go to the call, Uncle.
Okay, get him on. Let me speak.
Sorry about that, caller. I missed you there because I'm staring at this UAP picture that Aaron. It's crazy. Sorry.
Oh, you kids and your rename and everything.
There he is. He's back. There he is. He's back.
It is a UFO. Yep.
UFO. We're turning into. I think tonight we're in the UFO, Jimmy. I think we're in the UFO.
Yeah, that's my question. Have I ever told you about my best, obvious UFO incident that I ever observed in my life?
No, let's hear it. We want to hear this.
All right. This was about 10, 11, 12 years ago. So I was at a buddy's house, and he was having a bonfire. And, of course, he walked away. And then that's when I seen a bright light. And a pretty good size, pretty far up in the air, many, many miles. And I was watching this thing, and it moved right over kind of where our bonfire was. So I started flashing it with my light, just for funsies. And it started flashing back. And then I watched this thing go from one part of the sky, and it could stay completely stationary, made no noise. But what I observed is it go from one part of the sky to the complete out of their sky in less than a second.
Wow.
And once again was completely stationary. And then finally my buddy came out to at least see the end part where the thing was. I was like, look, dude, it's a UFO. I've been talking to it, my flashlight that flashes me back. And he's like, oh, you're full. I was like, look at it. He's like, okay, so it's something. And then the thing took off, and but he didn't see the better parts. But he's like, okay, yeah, we seen something. I said, exactly. It's unidentified. It was flying, and it's an object.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a UFO. Yeah, so it meets the definition. So it has to be a UFO, but the definition also begs the question, unidentified, what is it?
Well, see,
so that's always part of it.
I've never told this story on my show, but it's funny because Jimmy is just making me have to tell the story real fast. Tom's River, New Jersey, there's an area that is kind of on a lagoon where all the houses are on this little inlet, and people literally have little docks in their backyards so they could pull their little boats up to their house, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
And so I was staying with a friend over there, and we're in the front yard, and we're just screwing around with fireworks and this and that, and we're grilling. It was his mom's house, but she was away for the weekend, so it was just he's like, come on over and hang out with me. I'll grill some steaks. I was like, okay. So we're doing that, and he goes inside. You see, every time the guy leaves, the other guy will leave on you, right? So he goes inside, and I don't hear anything, but I hear the street light on the corner make a weird noise. So I look up, and I see this thing there that best I can see is it's shaped like a bucket. It looked like a bucket in the sky. And I'm going, dude, there's something wrong with me here. What am I seeing here? You know, I'm like, and I had a Polaroid camera back then. And I pulled out my Polaroid camera and I snapped a picture of it. Uh-huh. And the next thing I know is, like Jimmy said, like in a second, it went from one part of the sky to another part of the sky. Yeah. After I flashed that picture at it, right? And it was gone. Boom. And then it was gone. So my friend comes back out of the house. What are you doing with your Polaroid? What'd you take a picture of? I said, dude, there was this thing over my head. It looked like a bucket. He's like, oh, you know, I'm going to take, you know, and we actually had a little bag of something. He said, I'm going to take that away from you because you're smoking too much, obviously. I said, dude, I didn't even smoke anything. And he's checking the bag and he's going, no, you didn't smoke yet. I said, yeah, exactly. And he's like, let me see the picture. So he grabs a picture. He sees it first. And I looked at it. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is this key point. I look at this thing. Now, it doesn't look like a bucket in the picture. It looks like a really bad, you know when kids used to make those things of like the universe, of the Milky Way, and they make the planets on the wires, you know?
Oh, yeah, that hangs. It's kind of like a mobile or something.
Yeah, like a mobile, right. Okay, so you know like a crappy version of the planet with the rings, right? With the rings of Saturn. Well, and everybody makes a crappy one, and it just looks like a ball with a freaking piece of paper around it, right?
Uh-huh.
It looked like that, but glowing in the picture of the Polaroid. Totally different than what I saw in the sky. And he says, what is this? I said, I told you. There was this thing shaped like a bucket in the sky. And he goes, this is not shaped like a bucket. I said, I know that. I took the picture. I can tell you what I saw. I can't make any sense of this.
You two guys are trying to look at something in the sky, and you don't even know what you're looking at.
And I gave up. I gave up. Funny. I said, look, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I got this, and I held on to that Polaroid for years. I showed it to people and stuff like that, and they all looked at me like, man, you're just nuts. That doesn't make any sense. I said, yeah, I know it doesn't make any sense. I wish I had a better story for you. This is the picture I have. This is the story I have. That's all I can do. Anyway, one day, the only person that ever believed me, I think, stole the picture, because one day I'm showing it to somebody, and they finally, somebody goes, I believe you. You know what? Just because it looked one way through your eyes, it can look different through a camera, and this happens, you know? Cameras don't work like eyes. But I said, okay, yeah, I get that part. Anyway, so a couple days go by, somebody else I want to show it to, and it's gone. And I figured that guy stole it. The only guy who believed it.
Oh, that's a bummer.
But anyway, so I don't have the picture no more. All I've got for you now is a story. But isn't that weird? And I've seen other things overhead in that area. Again, I tell you, it's that weird area around Lakehurst Naval Air Base, which is where the Hindenburg crashed.
Yeah, it wasn't. Didn't a guest on your show say that occurrences have been found? Like one of the patterns is that happens around military bases a lot. These sightings.
Yeah, well, Larry, look, and this is not woo-woo, you know, crazy books or whatever. Literally, in the military zone records, they show weird stuff happening around military bases that happen to be involved with nuclear weapons.
Okay, nuclear weapon ones. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
That's what it is.
Okay, here's yet another amazing coincidence, Chuck.
Go ahead.
Guess what was in the very close area, like within miles of where we were at a bonfire? Near an Army base.
A naval. Oh, I was going to say a naval air base, but no, an Army base, huh?
You know, Oh.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
There you go.
Go ahead.
No, that was it. Yeah, it's near an Army base. In fact, it was very near where they do range bombing.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. Anytime that there is an air, like a base, a military base where they have, you know, airborne assets, right? And there's something significant about it, it seems to me like, indeed, historically, you end up with more UFOs. I don't know why. I'm not saying I know why or anything else, but they literally put together a pattern study on this going all the way up to 1974 because the records were revealed up to 74. Larry did this with a whole group of historians and professors, and they literally put out an academic paper on this, Aaron. It's the truth, yeah.
That's right. I remember that from him being on the show. Yeah. Well, I mean, 29 Palms is very near to where I was where I took the Landers photos. I'm not saying that my photo is even a UAP, but whatever. I don't know.
Well, but
and I do have the photo that people can see here.
I'm wondering about the photo. If like I said, I have this weird circumstance where the photo absolutely does not match what I had in my brain.
Yeah.
To what I was looking at. So I was curious if you didn't notice the object directly yourself.
I didn't. No, I wasn't even looking up there. I was just focused on holding the camera. And then after the fact, I looked at the picture. I'm like, what in the world is this?
Yeah, but see, that's the weird thing is you might have looked up and maybe you saw a bucket. I'm just saying.
I might have looked up and didn't see anything. I don't remember seeing anything but the stars. Is the strange thing. But this appears to be like a I don't know. This looks kind of bright in the picture. I don't know what it is.
I've heard that story from Air Force guys before, where they swear up and down they didn't see stuff, and meanwhile they're taking photographs for one reason or another of things in the air. And they end up with stuff in the photograph. It's like, I didn't notice it until we actually got to look at the photographs.
Yeah.
I've heard that from Air Force guys directly who, were in charge of doing something that had to do. I don't want to explain what they were doing, but I will tell you that they were involved in doing photography of things in the air. And physically, directly, they didn't see things, but the camera did.
Yeah.
So,
that was the experience I had for sure.
Reminds me of a lightning strike.
Yeah, it's a crazy pattern, isn't it?
A pattern like a lightning strike.
Almost, yeah.
It's squiggly. It's erratic. It's moving all over the place. It's hard to know. I don't know.
A neck screen like a bug on the thing. You know how they have the
that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's a moth, because a moth did buzz in front of my face a few minutes after this.
It could be a moth.
Maybe a moth somehow created this. I don't know.
Uncle, I have somebody wanting to join by Skype. Do you want me to put Jimmy on hold for now and then bring on your Skype call?
Hold on there, Jimmy. Let's see who this is.
Yeah, all right,
give me a minute to bring on the Skype caller, because it takes a minute.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do it unless you say. So
okay.
But you want him added, I will add him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, but back to this discussion. I mean, Uncle, have you ever taken a picture of something in the sky like this, or you ever seen?
Nothing like that.
No.
Not like that. No.
No UFOs.
I've always seen like thunderstorms and things like this that look like something like it.
Sure. Yeah, lightning.
Lightning strikes and stuff look just like it, but nothing like that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I photographed some cool lightning strikes, and I even did some stuff on YouTube a ways back where I put up, I'm just like gazing at the moon, and I was taking pictures of just the sky to see what they looked like, And I thought that was cool, but I have not, with a digital camera, captured anything really crazy, just the moon and, general stuff.
Yeah. I've never gotten any I don't have really UFO sightings or anything. This is probably the best I've got in my personal history, and I don't even know if it's significant or not. I'm trying to understand this photo here.
I believe your Skype caller is live now.
Okay.
All right, caller.
Caller, you on there? Talking to.
Greetings.
I know this is.
Who is this, Uncle?
Northman. There's pictures. Sauerkraut, man.
Sauerkraut of the North. How are you?
I haven't had any lately, so.
Hey, sauerkraut.
I haven't been on some.
Hey, this is a man. This is a man responsible for some pretty cool graphics, actually. A few weeks back.
Graphic man. Graphic man.
Oh yeah, let's pull some of those up. I got plenty of them right now.
I want to mention that because he did some pretty cool stuff. I like that other thing. That's another great T-shirt, by the way, of that off ramp sign.
He's into T-shirts, people.
Well, you did the off ramp sign, right, Robin?
Yeah.
One of the AI ones there.
Yeah. That's great. I don't know what to say about it, but it's kind of just a cool, very subtle. Like maybe you could explain what it is, Aaron. That off ramp sign I'm mentioning. Because
there's the Gerald Sanders sign that is. I assume you made this with AI with one of those prompt LLM things. It says Big Gerald Sanders. It's like a sign in the desert that says that, right?
That's a version. I think Chuck might be talking about the Age of Transition one that I did.
I am.
Oh,
yeah.
that. Yeah. That's the other one. Yeah.
Favorite.
But yeah, appreciate that. I've been messing around on there.
Can you make a design hat?
Well, I think he also put Ocelli.com on this like weird, like almost post-apocalyptic looking. I'm in the desert after a nuclear war shed, which I like. By the way, it looks like it's like the last broadcast outpost after a nuclear war.
Yeah, that's kind of what my idea was. Aaron, I think said it was look a little depressing or something, but
I love it.
Yeah, no,
I love
yeah,
it.
it was cool.
It was post-apocalyptic. Chuck still out there, making sure people.
Yeah,
learn about the truth.
Yep.
It looked like Chuck, you moved your broadcasting studio to Amboy out in the middle of the Mojave, and Ocelli.com had like a radio station beaming out the signal from there. It was cool.
It's funny. I'm almost considering doing something like that in Texas, by the way, because I can get one of those AM towers and have the micro AM station, and yeah, that's actually a possibility. I add to the what we're doing with an AM station of our own.
Man, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be cool.
You can stretch your talker out. That way he can get more people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're only allowed to go so big with that before you have to get an FCC license. So I would have to stay under the radar. Yeah. But
you're looking for licenses now. They got to for licenses. I know.
I'm willing to do it, but I can't afford the FCC fees for the licensing. But if I keep it small, you don't need a license now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Dang. So would you be living there, Chuck? Would that be would you live by the out in the Texas desert?
Well, I would probably have the family have a separate domicile pretty much, but I mean I would spend a lot of time in a shack like that.
I could see him doing that because he's been on doing podcastings. I could see him doing that.
Man, think of all the UFO photos you'll get doing that.
Well, you know what it is? I'm looking for another affordable place to live because I'm tired of the gunshots here. But if I can do that and, set up a broadcast outlet because nobody cares what I'm doing in the area or something. I mean, if somebody's got a suggestion for a piece of land that I can afford to live on, or, somebody's got something I can rent that's affordable out there. Yeah, I mean, I'm into the idea. I'm definitely looking to move probably beginning of next year. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool. That's exciting. Interesting. I don't have those. I might have to search up those prompt AI images you made, Robin, because I don't have them here on the stream. But I could go grab them, and I should have them.
Yeah, those were on Twitter, I believe. I sent those to you.
Yep.
But I got a UFO story myself.
Oh, nice.
I was probably, I want to say, about 14 or 15, something like that, maybe a little slightly younger. I was sleeping on the trampoline, the old trampoline sleepover. And I was looking up at the sky, and then three lights came. They were way up there. They came together, like from different parts of the sky. They came together into like a triangle shape, and then held that position for just like a second, and then just zipped off and disappeared. And that's all that it was. But it was quite a strange coordination of sorts, and then dispersal.
Cool.
And, no real explanation for that. No conventional aircraft would be doing any type of that. Definitely night where I was.
Mm-hmm.
So, and your picture there is pretty cool. There's also that interesting yellow line that's kind of swirly and wispy.
Yeah, it's kind of like rusty sort of looking. It's wider, but it's also like duller. It's not as hard edged as that white thing. So yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's another phenomenon. I wonder.
Yeah.
Thing or different.
Well, again, if it's a moth, is it like another part of the moth or something like that? Or if it's a light, like what kind of light is it? A lot of questions here that I don't know what to make of it.
But no, it's interesting. I've never done that long exposure at night with the phone camera, but I think I might try that sometime soon myself.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun, especially if you can get a nice clear sky like that. It ends up taking a good photo. Yeah.
A long exposure of an intersection could be interesting during the day.
Yep.
Yeah. Just in general, those ones they blur it all together. What's up with this shortage on sauerkraut here?
Sauerkraut. I haven't had much left. Didn't have that much now.
Why not?
I'm still waiting to make my meatloaf recipe. I haven't yet get that done. Ain't started yet.
Don't have enough of it. Yeah.
Or is it? Sidekick, are you responsible for acquiring the sauerkraut in that household?
No, I'm not the one that would get it. That would be the woman folk would go out to the markets and procure that. Yeah.
Yeah, they get the stuff and then
just hasn't been on the list lately.
Yeah, it hasn't made the list. I don't know how, but yeah, unfortunately, this is the situation we're in here. It doesn't make a lot of sense, I know.
Because that guy
Uncle, I think you gotta sneak that in on the list, man. We need some more sandwich videos.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to do my meatloaf, though.
Yes.
I haven't yet done it yet.
Yes, we very much want to do that video where you make your meatloaf. It's going to be good. Those videos, I mean, they're good. They work out good, and dedicating one to the meatloaf, I think, is very worthwhile. Yeah, we'll be doing that. Look for that. Yeah. It's going to be great.
When we can be able to get the ingredients to do it. I need the ingredients from the stores.
And I finally successfully pulled up the Age of Transitions off ramp with the tanks in the interstate.
Oh, wow.
And the weird signs, the off ramp signs. It looks like it's almost like it's somewhere in the desert, I suppose, with like a highway. The tanks aren't. There's a soldier in the foreground.
I'm also posting a bunch of these pictures in the Ocelli chat. Some of the stuff that he did and other pictures that have come in recently.
Mm-hmm. So there we go. Very cool. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. Similar to the Tank Man graphic, I suppose, was the inspiration there, Robin?
Yeah, that's what I was attempting to.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, these AI image things are crazy, aren't they?
I've still been looking at them. Very strangely looking at those things. I can see where somebody would get flipped out looking at that, though.
Yeah, you could get flipped out pretty simple. There's no doubt about it.
There's a Twitter page that I've been. I think it's Twitter. I think it's on Twitter. Yeah, it's all about Facebook, AI Facebook, like ads of sorts.
Oh God! And it just posts these different things that people find. Like, check this one out. That sort of deal.
It's kind of like something like it'll say, "Why? It's my birthday. Why don't pictures like this ever trend?" And then it's just the most bizarre, like some African child with 10 legs or something.
Yeah, there's some weird images on those. Yeah,
I think someone else commented on Twitter that they figure it's just luring in gullible like grandmas. Because generally when there's like a real person who posts on one of those, they get bombarded with all these people writing sob stories and stuff trying to interact with them, you know?
Oh, it's almost like a phishing attempt, all these weird posts on Facebook.
Phishing attempt.
It's the update on phishing. Got it.
According to two different AIs, Aaron, take a look at the picture in the Ocelli chat. According to two different AIs, you ready? They both pulled up this image to describe Ocelli effect.
Is that like that's like, what is that, like a planet or something?
You know those things where you put it in, it's like it'll generate a piece of art for you, right?
Oh yeah. I see. But you Ocelli effect as the prompt?
Yeah, I used Ocelli effect as the prompt. That's it. No other information. And it produced this, and another one produced one almost exactly like it. Like, this is the image for some reason.
Well, it probably is, it's thinking like most effects are like spatial things, maybe, or like the Coriolis effect, or these things that are
something, right? It's something weird like that. But I'm just saying, I was like, I'm gonna keep that picture. I don't know what to do with it, but
it looks like an O. That could be the O of Ocelli.
You could,
right?
yeah. I'm thinking I could make something out of it, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go.
Interesting. Yeah, it's hard to know what the logic of these things is, like what they're using, but there's something going on there that they're pulling the data from their database and re-aggregating it that way.
I got some other weird stuff, too, through an AI when I was like, Ocelli Effect radio show and stuff like that. They did all kinds of weird stuff to me. Like I'll put...
You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, it's always a bit tricky, too, getting, like when there's words, when I was trying to make things for yours there, Chuck.
Yep.
Since there's 2 L's and an I, it was like always getting those all garbled up. I couldn't figure out how many L's and how many I's to put.
Right. Look at what it did to mine. If you look at the chat room again, it did that for Ocelli Effect radio show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It did that. I'm like, yeah, right.
Oh, whoa. Oh, God. That's interesting. Make that a T-shirt.
I'm considering it.
You can easily make these T-shirts in those copy machine. Any kind of things that can happen.
They pretty much have T-shirt copying machines these days, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, see,
come to that.
The neat thing about like your monkey suit twister shirt, which by the way I saw again this week. I saw a girl wearing it again this week in town.
Nice.
Yeah.
So they miss listening to me.
Cool.
Wahoo!
Well, I don't know. I saw
listening.
the shirt. I saw the shirt. I don't know. I was just
they have to be listening if they're wearing the shirt.
They have to.
They're wearing the shirt. You figured. If they're wearing the shirt, they're listening.
Well, I gave away a couple I had left after Lancer, right? So right. I gave a couple away, and I see this one girl in town every now and then with it on. But it's funny, if you look at that shirt, though, it's printed on the fabric. Like the fabric's actually printed. It's not a silk screen.
Mm-hmm.
So I like these kind of weird images for printing it on the fabric. It becomes like a pattern. You know what I mean?
I like it because it's nice and smooth and comfortable.
Very
too.
comfortable shirt.
And it's not sticky or anything like that either.
It's like athletic almost for a shirt. Yeah. Good for cycling, perhaps.
Yeah, that too.
That's a sticky shirt.
Oh, and Uncle, before we miss it, the listening party pod did drop into the chat.
What they say?
They stopped and they said, howdy boys, just want to say hi real quick. Uncle, how do you feel about the Florida Panthers winning the Stanley Cup?
I was going to come to that. They jumped it to me.
Okay.
I am very, very happy that Florida Panthers finally won a cup, because here we were trying to get a team other than football that was getting to win a thing from Florida at the time. Yeah. So now they finally got it. And just as one thing I want to mention about that, stay together. Don't split up like the Marlins did.
The team. You don't want the players to go to other teams now.
That's all I is.
You're hoping that doesn't happen. Okay. Well, there you go.
Our Canadian boys almost got you, Uncle.
Who? That's true. The Canadian team of the Edmonton Oilers, right?
Yeah, that's them.
Love their oil.
You're an oil fan, huh?
Big fan of oil, big fan of hockey.
I can understand he's an oil fan.
Yeah.
Because he's up there and lives up that way.
No, you would think so, but I don't. I never followed hockey, even when I was a kid. My dad made me watch too much of it.
There you go. Yeah. Famous for being a Canadian pastime, for sure.
I was trying to get these people here
in Canada that would make you a communist state
this coming year, if we can get to one.
To a hockey game.
Because I see how I get. You see how I get in the playoffs.
I see.
You seen it, and how the people fight.
It's
and
exciting.
Boy, if they get closer than that, and people banging the walls, you're going to see the fans going nuts. Down and hit the walls and start banging the wall, banging the things.
That could be us. We could be the fans going nuts. Yeah,
that's the point I'm getting to.
Go to a Ducks game. Go to a Kings game. Go to Ontario Reign game. Somebody to choose from out here.
Right. Well, I like to.
Yeah. That could be good.
Get around to it.
Oil. The oil lost, Uncle. That's the moral of the story.
The oil lost. And all this thing about this guy number 97 that they kept talking about.
Oh, yeah, that guy, the guy on the Oilers.
Yeah.
He's the big star of the league is what they're saying. I don't know anything about hockey, but
he got cut down. He got cut down by the Panthers.
They might hand off. He lost.
Yeah.
Who?
What they do up here. If you lose the cup, they might take your hand off.
Hand off.
It's real.
Like Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Well, we're a big country up here. It's tennis.
My aunt watched it in Fort Lauderdale, and she asked a question, how many games and this and that, and
she go live.
Yeah, I was listening.
She was right by their stadium. I know she lives right by it.
But 20 minutes, he said?
Real close to it, yeah.
Real close to it.
I think it's in Fort Lauderdale.
It's in Fort Lauderdale at Sunrise.
Yeah.
It's in that area.
Yeah.
And boy, where they used to live, it was real close. I mean, they could probably go, could go right to the stadium for 5 minutes to get there. Probably. At the time they were living there.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that great?
That's an aunt?
Yeah, my aunt.
Uncle's aunt.
Yeah.
Uncle's aunt.
Uncle's aunt, yeah. Uncles have aunts too. It's true.
Yeah.
But
Indeed.
Uncle, we're getting toward the end of the show. Should we go to shout outs now?
Go ahead and shout out there. Starts off with who?
I believe
Puffer's left.
Pupper left, but then we had Jimmy.
Jimmy's, and then
I believe Jimmy hung up.
Okay, so Jimmy's not online anymore, but we do. Well, I mean, we went for a while here. So we do have Robin.
Okay, Robin, I guess you go.
Thanks for having me back on again. Shout out to the great candidates for your guys' election down there. They're looking sharp, and slick. Everyone's excited for positive change down there, So
the best, the brightest, the most change.
It's really good to see best and brightest out there. And I wish you guys well.
Thank you, Robin. I'm glad you're optimistic about our future. That's good. That makes one of us.
Robin, you won't hear this come from me very often. Pray for us, please.
I'll be doing.
I would kill Medicare. I beat Medicare. It's Saddam. It's a thing. I tell you.
Did you see the debate, Uncle?
I've seen that debate.
Did you watch that?
I watched some of that debate. Though, I would think the people would have their minds set up if he would have said what he said in North Carolina. Or was it North Carolina? If he said that at the debate, that kind of talk.
That would seal the deal?
That would have sealed it.
Oh, yeah. Too bad that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
You know what I kept thinking
back
of?
And forth and back and forth.
You know what I kept thinking of during that debate, Aaron? I want you to know I thought of you while covering that debate, which I did live on my stream. And it is going to replay on the stream, but it will not be a podcast because I got permission to stream, not podcast. But anyway, the debate, I was thinking the whole time, that spaghetti thing that you had us run.
Oh, yes. I remember that.
It wasn't dissimilar to that, was it?
No. I'll tell you, the spaghetti is we beat Medicare. It's tremendous.
Can you imagine what the Russians would say if they knew we had this much pasta?
We say, make America great. The pasta is great again.
Talk to you guys again soon. I'll be able to call in a bit more for a while just because I was busy on Fridays for a bit, but I'll be back soon.
Robin,
awesome,
I'm
man.
serious.
Great
Robin,
Yeah.
Robin, pray for us.
Thank
you.
Take care, Uncle Aaron. Cheers.
Take it easy, Robin.
Take it easy, Robin.
Soon, everything's going to look like this AI-generated image you made of the age of transitions down here. But that's okay. We like it that way. Uncle, do you have any shout-outs to give?
I have to shout out to all the people that call. Thank you for calling. And have a nice next week.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I'm going to give a shout-out to the moth or the alien or the disembodied light, whatever it happens to be, that flew in front of my camera last night when I took that photo. Thank you, thing, whatever you are. That was real exciting. And I also want to thank the little creatures of the desert that are mostly poisonous and should be left alone, like scorpions and black widows and even chuckwalla lizard. All the poisonous, weird creatures of the desert. You're fun, and I like seeing you out there. I'll see you all soon.
Talking to the desert.
Oh, yeah, don't forget at Uncle Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, I think, is also. Oh, and YouTube is at Uncle Podcast, UncleThePodcast.com. We're live on Friday at the Ocelli Radio Network, Ocelli.com. Thank you for listening.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle, why don't you just bring us home for the week?
There's our show 300 and whatever.
36, I think.
36. Bye-bye.
Happy birthday, Frankie.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Frankie. Oh, it's birthday.